So I can't leave a course without having at least one car sketch in it. So that's what we're gonna do right now, because I know a lot of you guys love to sketch cars just as much as I do. So we're gonna use the concept of cloud sketching to sketch a couple of cars in, let's say, 3/4 rear view. We can make a 3/4 front view, and why not a side view? So let's start with the 3/4 rear view. I'm gonna put all of these on one sheet of paper so it looks nice. So what we want to do, same thing here, get the outlines and the proportions correct first. Here's our silhouette. This is going to be the main body of our car. Now I want to put out a center line for this, and some sort of back wing or something like that. And from here we want to start to put out the wheels of this car. And we do that by putting the first, just making half circles like this. So that's the front wheel, and we can kind of see where the rear wheel is going to end up, around here somewhere. And obviously this is going to be a bit bigger than the front half circle because it's in perspective and it's coming towards us. And from here we want to add the front fender, something like this. And about half in between these two, in between this point and this point, we want to start the greenhouse, if it's a sports car of course. So we want to start it somewhere around this point right there. And keep in mind that there is supposed to be 2 people inside of the car, which means that this point needs to be a bit straightened out here so that we can actually fit 2 people in there, and then we start to go back down. And as you can see now, I need to adjust this wing here as I go because it ended up in the wrong place, but it's no big deal. Just gotta make it like that. And now we want an end point for this, so let's make it something like that maybe. And let's add a beautiful bumper in there. And let's add also a center line that goes straight through here, which gives us a bit more of a guidance of where things are going and what we're doing. So we can maybe, now from here we can see the proportions of the car, right? Let's put out the rear wheel on this side as well. So from here we need to design the car now because the proportions are there. We have the wheelbase and the wheels, and we have the end point right here and the end point right here. So from here we need to, it's basically up to you to decide how you want to design this car. So we can maybe make something like this. Also thinking about the line weight here. So I want to keep the lines that are in shadow a bit thicker than the rest of the lines. And I'm assuming that the sun is coming out from the top here. And we need to define the rear wheel arch right here. So I'm adding a window, side window, and a rear window as well. Since we have our center line, we kind of have a guide here how we should design it. And keep in mind that this, obviously, I mean, you can use this technique on any type of product, not just cars and vacuum cleaners. It works for pretty much anything, as long as you have an idea of what it is you want to sketch. Now that's the important part. If you don't know what to sketch, then you might want to go back to the one of the first videos that we posted on how to unblock your Sketchers block, and just start doing those exercises before you jump into the actual product sketching. And now I'm just putting out the wheels. Now let's make a rear view mirror here as well. And I'm going in now to start to define the lines and the line weight of each line. Keeping in mind that the light is coming from the top. And we might need some exhausts here as well. So let's put a center big exhaust Lambo style right here, because I always sketch them like two exhausts like this, which is kind of boring. So I'm trying to mix it up a little bit here. And if you want, you can add as much detail as you want on this sketch. I'm just gonna keep it really simple and put out a 5-spoke wheel and connect the spokes by just making a curve in between the spokes at the base. That's probably the fastest way to sketch wheels, I think. And it still looks good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and connect them. Work a bit more on the line weight to give the car a bit of weight on the ground. And I want a diffuser here, so I'm gonna make that. So one of these two diffusers or wings or whatever you want to call it on each side. Actually make it 3 because it looks empty here. There we go. And add another one out here. So we have 3 on both sides. If you want, you can go in and add some reflections, such as the horizon line, for example, right here. These are just details. We could call this sketch done if we wanted to, but I just want to add a few basic reflections in here to make it a bit more interesting. So that was our 3/4 rear view right here. I hope it made sense. Now we're gonna jump into the 3/4 front view, and hopefully it's gonna end up okay. Wish me luck, and we shall see how it goes.